Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to kick off today's session with a focus on sharpening your edge in team management. Today, we'll explore how being a delegating leader can truly enhance your effectiveness. We'll cover key strategies for empowering your team, building trust, and managing tasks efficiently. So, let's get started and discover how to become a more impactful leader together. Despite the evidence showing the benefits of delegation, many managers still hesitate to embrace it. The main reasons: fear of losing control or thinking that delegation requires a lot of upfront effort. But it's important to recognize that delegation is actually a strategic tool. It helps build trust within your team, develop their autonomy, and even cultivate the next generation of leaders in your organization. Some might see delegation as just shifting tasks around, but it's so much more than that. When leaders delegate effectively, they don't just lighten their workload, they create opportunities for growth and innovation. And the data supports this. According to Gallup research, leaders who delegate well experience 112% higher growth and 33% greater profitability. So the key takeaway here is that delegation isn't just a task management tactic, it's a defining factor of leadership success. It's about empowering others and driving organizational performance. So let's talk about ownership in the reporting process. When you say, "You own the reporting process, here's the outcome we need," you're actually building a sense of ownership, accountability, and encouraging independent problem solving. It's about empowering your team to take responsibility and find solutions on their own. Now, contrast that with a simple task assignment like, "Finish this report by Friday." That creates a dependency on you, invites micromanagement, and leaves little room for your team members to take initiative or be creative. The key difference here is what we call true delegation versus task assignment. When team members feel genuine ownership, they're more likely to innovate, take the initiative, and even grow beyond their current roles. That's a critical distinction, understanding that delegation is about giving responsibility and authority, not just assigning a task. When done right, it fosters a culture of ownership, which ultimately benefits the entire team and the organization. When leaders hold on too tightly, it can actually backfire. It stunts the growth of the team and slows down the entire organization's progress and innovation. When team members feel trusted, they're more motivated and confident. But if they sense their judgment isn't respected, motivation drops and capability can erode over time. This creates a cycle where leaders end up doing too much themselves, delegating work, but then constantly checking in, redoing tasks, or second-guessing every decision. It's what we call the delegation trap. Most leaders fail to truly let go because they think that control equals quality or success, but in reality, it often hampers development and trust. So the key takeaway here is that holding on too tightly not only hampers individual growth, but also slows down the entire organization's ability to innovate and succeed. Letting go, trusting your team, and empowering them is really the way forward. Now, let's talk about the importance of balance when it comes to delegation. As you can see, delegation succeeds only when both pillars are aligned. If you strengthen one without the other, you create gaps that can really undermine your best efforts. On one side, we have confidence in clear, consistent workflows and predictable outcomes. When processes are well-defined, delegation becomes more structured, and everyone feels safe knowing what to expect. This clarity helps prevent misunderstandings and keeps things running smoothly. On the other side, trust in your team members is just as crucial. Trust in their skills, reliability, and judgment is built over time through shared experiences, honest feedback, and mutual respect. Without this trust, delegation can feel more like micromanagement or supervision, which defeats the purpose of empowering your team. True delegation, then, is a balance, a dual pillar. You need confidence in your processes and trust in your people. When both are in place, delegation becomes a powerful tool for growth and efficiency. Otherwise, you risk creating gaps that weaken your overall efforts and the potential of your team. Diagnosing your current trust level across people and process is essential, because it helps you choose the right delegation approach for each situation. When you understand where your trust stands, you can avoid the pitfalls of underdelegation, which can lead to micromanagement or bottlenecks, as well as premature autonomy, which might result in lack of oversight or mistakes. This slide introduces 4 different approaches to delegation, and these are all based on the level of trust you have in your team members and processes. By tailoring your delegation method to the trust level, you ensure that you're supporting your team effectively while maintaining control where necessary. Remember, the goal here is to match your delegation style with the trust level to optimize performance and accountability. This approach not only helps in developing your team, but also keeps your projects on track. It's a key part of building a strong, trustworthy work environment that aligns with the overall theme of effective leadership. Now, let's talk about how to delegate like a high-trust leader. First, it's crucial to define the why. Explain the purpose and impact of the task, not just the task itself. When people understand how their work connects to the bigger picture, they naturally perform better and feel more motivated. Next, set clear outcomes, timelines, and decision boundaries up front. This way, everyone knows exactly what success looks like and what is expected of them. Clarity here reduces confusion and keeps the team aligned. Then support your team without controlling. Encourage questions, celebrate learning moments, and resist the urge to take over. Delegation should feel like a gift, not a burden. It's about empowering others, not dumping problems on them. And finally, when it comes to providing support, coach through regular check-ins. Offer guidance, listen actively, and help your team grow. Support without micromanaging, fostering an environment of trust and development. By following these principles, you'll create a culture where delegation drives growth and trust, making your team stronger and more autonomous. Let's talk about non-delegating versus delegating leaders. When leaders choose to delegate effectively, they free themselves to focus more on strategic vision rather than getting bogged down in daily tasks. This shift allows for a bigger picture perspective. Research shows that startups with strong delegation cultures tend to grow twice as fast and also report higher levels of employee engagement. That means when team members are empowered with real responsibilities, they develop skills faster and feel more invested in the company's success. In fact, effective delegation isn't just about good management, it's a real competitive advantage. Leaders who learn to let go and trust their teams build stronger, more confident groups that are better prepared for bigger challenges ahead. Ultimately, delegation fuels team growth and sparks innovation. When teams are empowered, they're more motivated to come up with new ideas and push boundaries. And the real-world impact. Companies that embrace this approach often see faster growth, more engaged teams, and a more adaptable organization overall. Let's talk about creating an environment where autonomy and accountability can thrive side by side. The key here is to use lightweight tools that help us track progress without falling into micromanagement. This way, team members feel trusted and empowered, but we also stay aligned on goals. Building the right culture requires effort, especially at the start. Explaining the vision clearly and empowering your team takes time up front, but it pays off exponentially in the long run. When your team's capabilities grow, your overall efficiency and effectiveness improve significantly. It's also crucial to shift your mindset from thinking, "I have to do it all myself," to embracing, "I'll grow others." When you develop people, your impact multiplies. You're not just producing immediate output, you're investing in their growth, which benefits the entire organization. And remember, these mindset shifts and skill development are vital for modern leaders. Overcoming barriers to delegation is part of that process. It's about trusting your team, providing support, and understanding that empowering others elevates the entire team's performance. Lead smarter, not harder. That's really the essence of effective leadership. The most memorable leaders aren't just remembered for the projects they built or the results they achieved. They're remembered for the leaders they developed along the way. Your team's growth truly is your greatest achievement. When you delegate tasks, you're not just offloading work, you're investing in developing future leaders. Think of your legacy. Building trust incrementally is key. Start small with low-risk tasks to prove the model. As confidence and capability grow, you can expand delegation. This gradual approach helps solidify trust and competence, making your team more resilient and autonomous over time. Remember, starting small and scaling smart is a smart strategy. Delegation unlocks your team's potential and also increases your own capacity as a leader. It's arguably the highest leverage skill you can develop as a leader, empowering others while freeing yourself to focus on strategic priorities. So I encourage you to sharpen your edge. Become a delegating leader today. Embrace this mindset and watch how it transforms not only your team's performance, but also your leadership impact.